you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. So I came across a statistic that 40% of marriages end in divorce, and that generally that a greatest predictor of happiness is marriage more than money or anything else. And I kind of question that because I do not think that people accurately self-report on how happy they are. If you were to ask me, I was happily married. I felt secure, I felt loved, and my friends were shocked when I left him. I was shocked when I left him. I mean, just a few weeks before, we had gone out to a play, we were holding hands. Like, I was so in love with him. And I think that people, when they're asked if they're happy in their marriage, I think they say yes, because if they were to admit that they were not happy, they would have to do something about it. That's what I think. I think that people lie to themselves and they're in denial. Because why are married men going out looking for sugar babies if they're that happily married? And these men say they're happily married too. I love my wife. Or I love my wife and I get no sex. They're miserable, but they love their wife. So I really question the self-reporting on whether people are happy. Secondly, I don't think a lot of people know what it means to be happy or to be free. I know some people are happily married. I think to be happily married, you have to have common values. You have to feel an attraction or friendship with that person, a common goal that keeps you together, and someone who cares about how you feel. And I only know a few couples like that. Most of the people I know, I think they're pretty unhappily married, but they like the security of their relationship. They like knowing there's someone there for them that they can share their life with. They like having a joint history with kids or a joint business. And they say happy, but I don't think they're happy. I don't think that they're ecstatic about their relationship. I really don't. And if you don't have good sex with someone, how can you be happy? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think there's a lot of denial, and I think a lot of people stay married because they're afraid to leave. It takes courage to leave. You need to split your finances. You need to face your kids, your community, your friends, and your family, and admit defeat. That's what it feels like to a lot of people, like a defeat. Now they're afraid to be alone, so they stay in their unhappy relationships. And they say they're happy, but are they really happy, like blissfully happy? I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Now, there are some people who are. Maybe it's 20% of marriages. Maybe. I think that if 40% of marriages end in divorce and 20% are happy, then 40% are miserable to one degree or another. And there are people who are miserable, but they stay together for the sake of the kids. And I think that could be a good thing. As long as there's like not a lot of fighting and stuff. And then also, if you look at people who are alcoholics and all have a lot of issues, I do not see how they can be happy in a relationship. They're not even happy alone. So I don't buy it. I think it's a bullshit stat. I think it's a self-reported stat of people who are lying. But what do you think? How many people do you know that are actually happily married, that are honest? You know, if you were to ask them on a test, on a survey, I don't think they would admit it. That's what I think. But what do you think? Happy Valentine's Day.